Hey, can you hear me okay, John?
I can hear you, but the
You can
question
still
is,
hear me.
can you hear me?
Oh, John? I'm just kidding.
You're funny guy in the house.
Yeah,
Be here
thanks.
till Thursday. Enjoy this. There you go.
That's hilarious. Yeah, so coming to you guys live just to test out our StreamYard. We are bringing it back and testing it out for future podcasts, future live events, live things going on for Pastor Bob, the other podcasters that are out there with Sanctuary. And so John is working with us now, and he is masterfully putting things together. We'd already gone through a few earlier things before we came live that we had to clean up some glitches on, and so we thought we'd come live and just see how things roll. And so if anybody's watching this, as you guys are watching this, if you can comment on this, let us know if you can hear it okay, how the visual is, that kind of thing, as John and I converse back and forth. And by all means, feel free to chime in.
Yeah, it'll probably
So
take a few minutes for people to get in and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
but yeah, guys, if you get this, feel free to share out on your socials. And we don't know what course this conversation is going to take. We've been kind of bantering back and forth, and we just decided, hey, let's just go live. And it's beautiful Saturday afternoon, and just hang out and see what's going on in your lives. And it's kind of open platform, and so it's. I told Todd it's really good to be reconnected. It's been a long time since I've been part of the Sanctuary Camp, and my first reentry back in, and I couldn't be more honored.
yeah. Well, it's exciting to reconnect back with you, John. So we go back quite a ways. It was 20 years ago, I guess, something
Yeah,
like that.
over 20 years ago. So it was
20
like 2021,
Yeah.
2021, 2022. So just a hair over 20 years.
Can you believe that?
And you have outstanding hair. It's grown quite quite vibrantly since our initial meetings. But
Well, I haven't
my
lost it yet.
nah, yeah, looking a little salt and peppery, and mine is too.
Yeah,
That's the
it's a good
reason I'm
one.
sporting the ball cap. But mine leaks down below. But
It's
man, the
seasoning.
exciting.
It's just seasoning.
It
That's all.
is, and so got to have that. Rodney Jeffrey working fine. I live in Australia. Want to say hi to
Hey,
Jeffrey.
Robbie.
And yeah, people are starting to come in. I want to shout out
Excellent.
Christopher Pacheco. Christopher, I'm sorry, from Costa Rica. And he's popping in with us as well. And so excited that you guys are taking a minute on your Saturday to come hang out with us. We didn't advertise this, and so this is a impromptu. So if you are joining in with us, you're getting a I don't know if it's a punishment or a special treat or what, but we don't know what's
Yeah,
going to happen. But
yeah, yeah. Well, we needed to test it out, see how it goes, how it streams. Hey, Christopher, it's good to see you, man. It just popped up on my screen here. I think mine's probably a little delayed from yours, John.
that
So
may
when
very well be.
yeah, you probably see things before I see things. So
Hey,
just testing it out, figuring it out.
absolutely.
Yeah,
So, but man, I was privileged to be with you and Pastor Bob just a couple weeks ago. Got a chance to make my first visit to Nashville for a little bit of time, anyways. And but boy, it was a glorious couple hours, and it's amazing where Sanctuary's been, where it's at. We talked about plans going forward, some exciting things, and Barry Morrison popping in saying all good
Barry,
here.
there
Shout
you
out to
go.
Barry. He's a permanent fixture on social media. It's kind of like Waldo. Everywhere you look, he's there.
Yeah,
And
Barry
so,
is there. Yeah, yeah,
but
that's excellent.
but Barry, we're really happy you're here with us. And
Yeah,
guys, feel free to converse with us while we're in here. We don't really have an agenda today,
yeah.
other than like I said, just to pop out and hang with the fam today.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. We are metal. We are family.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when we met a few weeks ago, John, I think it was about a 3.5 hour conversation. And we had talked about some things that we're looking to do and bringing forward, with Immortal Fest and those kind of things, which I am extremely glad to have you a part of with us and putting that together. And of course, you do most of the stuff with Immortal Fest as far as the amazing graphics and all that stuff. So so we're very blessed to have you on board with us. So I can tell you that because I don't know anything about that stuff. I am not your technical guy. I can promise you that.
Well,
It's not me.
the foot doesn't do what the elbow does, and the knee doesn't do what the hand does, and we all play different parts, and I
Yeah,
think that's
yeah,
essential, especially for somebody that's trying to find their way of like, okay, God, where do I fit in the scheme of the puzzle of
right.
everything? And I think an important part of that is God has created community,
Yeah,
within the body of
yeah,
Christ, and
yeah,
everybody plays a part. And I think Barry says it best here: happy to be just a small pebble of stone in a bigger foundation. Those
yeah.
pebbles play a very vital part in the equation.
Huge,
Yeah.
huge, huge. You'd be surprised. So I get a number of questions because I'm managing all of the mostly the coffee stuff and some of the merch. I'm excited to I'm just going to talk about this a little bit.
Is this why you're
Um,
so high strung?
yeah, right.
He's the
So,
coffee guy.
well, actually, okay. So, truth be told, I drink the decaf um, mostly because of just health reasons. I don't do anything caffeinated at all. I don't do any bubbly stuff. No, nothing carbonated or anything like that. So most of everything I drink is either water or pomegranate juice. Oddly enough, it's a little tart, but I chase that down with a good cup of Joe Mama.
There you go.
But yeah, so we've got so on the coffee front. Just so you guys know, just kind of putting this out there a little bit, we've got some launching stuff coming up. I'm really excited about. We had to figure out our roasting locations. We were originally roasting our coffee down in Florida, and we would transport that up here to Tennessee. And when we did that, the price of shipping just went through the roof, and it really impacted, just this, any kind of profit that we could get on that to put towards the ministry. And so I'm like, okay, we've got to find a different location. Well, I found a location here in Tennessee. In fact, from me, it's about 45 minutes away. So that saves us on that. So that profit right there, I literally go down there and drive over there and pick up the coffee, and I take it over to the storehouse and repackage it up and send it out. So that saves us quite a bit of money on shipping and everything, which goes toward the bottom line to go into the ministry. So that aspect of it is great. We're also transitioning direction in the way it gets distributed. So that will come about a redirection on distribution in probably 3 to 4 weeks on all the other stuff. And eventually we'll get our coffee under that umbrella. And then um, once it's under that umbrella, we'll look at going international with that as well. So we've had a lot of people ask us, um, when are we going to be able to send it over to the UK or wherever? I don't think that's too far away. So that's pretty exciting. I'm very, very excited about that.
Yeah. Which, by the way,
So,
guys, if you haven't had the coffee or you're not familiar with it, you can go to sanctuaryinternational.com and click on the shop, and you can order it there. There's K cups and the bags that you can
yeah.
have. And how many varieties are there now, Todd?
So right now, we're relaunching things. We are selling down and out of the older dark stuff, and we've already sold down and out of our old holy cacao and everything. All the new stuff is the holy cacao, the Joe Mama. I'm getting ready to do a dark and mild roast that's coming out. So I'm excited about that. And then I'm not going to say the name of what's coming out on March 20th, but it's our spring launch. I kind of want to hold that in my back pocket a little bit. But we've got the graphics. Hayden has done a great job on that. Graphics are all done for that. The dark roast is called hardcore, and the mild is melodic. So that's pretty exciting. And we'll have that. The launch on that will probably be about the same time as we do the spring launch of the new stuff. So
You know which one I'm looking forward to, Todd?
what?
Cacao. Cacao. I was
The
just
holy cacao.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Who
yeah.
came up with that? I was brilliant.
That's Bob. That's all Bob. Bob comes up with all of these names. Joe Mama, he came up with holy cacao, melodic, hardcore, all these names as Pastor Bob comes up with, and he enjoys that. He likes to have fun with it. He kicks it around. He'll run it by, two or three of us, and and, we might laugh or kick it back to him. But the holy cacao one has been very popular.
Y'all are gonna want to keep that one away from me. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I'm thinking if I start into it, I'm gonna be running around screaming
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah,
they're gonna end
yeah.
up admitting me into a psychiatric unit or something. I don't know. David Tifter, what's
Yeah.
up? Milwaukee, Wisconsin, joining us, viewing
Hey,
us
David.
on the YouTube channel, and
Okay.
we're streaming right now on Facebook and YouTube, and so we've got a few people in. If you've not
Yeah.
stopped in to say hi to us, make sure you drop a comment so we can give a shout out. And so, but yeah, and also Todd, or do you want to make the announcement about Mr. Gober and our partnership there, or do we want to wait on that?
Yeah, I would hold that in our back pocket. Let's do another stream another time in a few weeks on that.
Gotcha. I mentioned the name, so
Yeah.
if you know the name, you could probably guess what it is. But
Yeah,
David, it's great to see you. He's given us, hey, what's up?
Hey, David.
And
So-
me and Todd together do the consecutive what's up?
What's up?
What's up?
So I think I'm seeing the comments a little quicker now for some odd reason. I don't know. Earlier they seemed to be lagging, like you saw it before I did. I think I'm seeing it quicker now. So, guys, we're really just testing this StreamYard out to see how things are working. I really appreciate you guys chiming in and sending in comments, because it helps us to realize how quickly we see it, where it's at on the screen, and that kind of stuff. Because pretty soon we are hoping to get Bob live again here very soon. That's the other several questions asked about Bob's his podcast or whatever he does when he puts something out there. He has a challenge with it right now because his new home where he is at does not have very good internet. He might have good internet for about maybe 15 minutes, and then it just drops off. It's like it just subsides.
The things
And
we take for granted.
Yeah. He's so I found him this house, and he and his mom are in this cabin on 8 acres, and I mean they had to sell several acres of property to pick this property up. But there's a bunch of trees around him, and so that's a big problem. The trees are challenged, but there's a company that is working with us. They just picked up his antenna the other day to do some modifications with it. So those modifications, we're hoping the next week or two will come back, and that it works really strong. So we're praying for that, and that he can get back online and do some live broadcasting. And we'll also look at getting some of our podcasters going live as well. But we needed to get with John here to make sure that StreamYard's working, that you guys are hearing us okay, that, internet wise, that's all coming together. And I want to say hello to Jimmy. Jimmy, I can't see is it Lama? I think it's Jimmy Lama from Ecuador. And
salud from Ecuador. Yes.
Yeah. Very cool. That's awesome.
Is that Karen I see in the backdrop there?
It might be, and she'll shoot me.
She would have to do.
She's
She would have
live.
to. Yeah, I see her arm, but that's about it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. She's getting ready to copy something over there. Here, I better go like this, which will save me. It's not that I don't want to show my wife, but if I show my wife, she'll get upset because she'll say, "You didn't tell me we were going live."
Happy wife, happy life. Happy wife, happy life.
Yes. So we just had our date night last night. So far I'm doing okay. I'm not in the doghouse, so that's good.
Very good. Todd lives to see another day. So
Yes.
but man, we've got some exciting things coming up. We talked about Immortal Festival. We've got 2 sets of
Yep.
dates, and Sanctuary is going to have a presence at both of those. So if you've not made plans for the end of July and of course Labor Day weekend, some great bands going to be a part of that. But and Todd, you missed it last year, man. It was
I did.
such a phenomenal time. But the spirit of community was there. Obviously, some great bands, some great music, and but most importantly, man, it was just so exciting seeing groups of people praying together, and
Right.
you know, having Pastor Bob introducing, you know, some of the bands and having that interaction. And Sanctuary is going to have a lot bigger presence this year, especially with having 2 events. And so.
Yeah.
If you've not gotten your tickets yet, bmieventcenter.com. We are looking, let me pull my calendar real quick so I can make sure I'm giving proper dates. We are looking July. We are looking the 22nd and 23rd, which is a Saturday and Sunday. And then, of course, Labor Day weekend, the 2nd and 3rd. Man, everybody from Theocracy, Disciple, Deliverance, Chaotic Resemblance, them and a lot of other ones are going to be part of the first event. And then, of course, Labor Day weekend, our veteran bands, Ex-Sinners, Sacred Warrior, Fear Not's going to be part of the July event. We're looking at Ex-Sinners, Zion, a lot of those bands. And God still has a very valid call on these bands. And so it's more than just a nostalgia act. So really looking forward to getting a chance to be a part of that and to say hi to everybody. And so,
you know, it's interesting, John. Every time when I've gone to different music venues or whatever it might be, it brings me back to the original meeting that Sanctuary had at this church in Whittier, California. The very first Sanctuary church meeting. There were probably 15, maybe 18 of us there. Michael Sweet led worship.
I was going to say Whittier was their hometown, right?
Yeah, Michael Sweet led worship, very first engagement time that we'd ever had. And it was such an interesting time because we were all excited to be there. We were watching, each other. We were looking out like, what's going to happen? Like, is something going to happen? And because, it's a heavy metal environment, and it's metal guys and gals getting together, and you got Michael Sweet there, and of course Pastor Bob, and we're all looking at it like, is it okay to be here? Because the mainstream church wasn't even sure that it was okay for us to be there. But such strides since then, just the momentum of music and heavy metal, and just the guys, what they've grown up into, what all of us have grown up into. It's been amazing to watch.
Right.
And I have such a privilege to know a lot of the Sanctuarians from the get-go, and it's very, very cool. So good people, good family.
Yeah,
really good families. So pretty amazing stuff.
And so the legacy continues, Sanctuary continues on. And so along with, as the years have progressed, we're always trying to find new innovative ways to keep the community engaged, I think is a real important part. There's still, I mean, obviously it doesn't take a rocket scientist to pop on the news and realize that the world's pretty chaotic right now. And so if there was ever a need for engagement and for the body of Christ in general, but especially with Sanctuary, developing the next generation. There's a lot of new exciting bands that are coming out that are still navigating their way, and Sanctuary continues to be a part of developing discipleship and mentoring and developing those artists, because there's a world in need of answers, and that opportunity is there as those bands go out.
It's very true. In fact, bringing you back to the Mortal Fest, so Sanctuary is looking to do a conference there on Saturday and Sunday before Immortal Fest starts. And so we're looking for the location of that and everything else and some of the details. But just putting that out there for you guys, kind of put that in your back pocket. You'll see more of that as John will actually probably be putting that stuff out there. So, but yeah, we've got to pull in the location and stuff like that, but more details to come on that. So, But yeah, I think this has been good. I appreciate you guys chiming in and just sending in your comments and stuff. Letting us know how things are going. If you're able to hear this, okay. Sometimes in the past we've had folks come online and we've had technical difficulty where we're having a hard time hearing them, or something goes awry. But so we wanted to give this a test drive here. What did Barry say? Had a great time last year and plan on being at both. Well, that's great, Barry. I hope you are. I'd love to meet you in person. I know we've done a little bit of conversing over Facebook and stuff like that, but I'd certainly love to meet you and all you guys. That'd be fantastic. I expect that we're going to have people from overseas probably at the first one. I think it's probably a little bit easier for folks from overseas to get to the first festival.
Yeah,
So
I know I'm working with Dorn Reppert with Darth Plummer Management and
yeah,
working with some of those bands. And the one disappointing thing, and ran into some visa issues and trying to have to jump through all the hoops of customs and coming over, was Narnia. We were looking forward to having those guys in, and unfortunately that fell through. But
yeah,
never say never. If the spirit of community and the support of the
yeah,
fan base continues, hopefully Immortal will go on for years.
yeah,
And
yeah.
what is your expectation going into this, Todd? Obviously you weren't there last year, but after hearing the feedback, I mean, do you have any expectation of what you would hope to be walking into?
Um, Boy, there was a number of things that I'm looking at. One, let me just say this. I love the tagline that Barry Morrison just put out there. He said, come as a stranger, but leave a member of a huge family. And that's right. That's a big expectation. So,
Really is.
um, yeah, it really is. So as far as the conference goes for Sanctuary Conference, that portion of it, I know that there's a section in there that's going to be about discipleship, discipling one another, and those kind of things. As far as the festival itself, I'm expecting and looking forward to a lot of community, spending time with people. I really want to hopefully have some good one-on-one time with folks. I would expect that we'll be able to hopefully get uh, some groups together and have some prayer time together and that kind of stuff beforehand, before everything gets started. But we're just essentially watching the planning and seeing how things time out and what that looks like. But I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I couldn't go last year. I actually had a surgery last year and wasn't able to attend. So, but this year everything looks good. So I think everything's lining up nicely.
Very good.
So
Immortal
yeah,
Fest 23, tickets available
yeah,
bmieventcenter.com. You can get your tickets there, either single day or weekend tickets. Definitely want to encourage you folks to make sure that you book your hotels. About 15 miles out
yeah.
is probably the closest. There's BMI Event Centers out in the middle of cornfields. Really, it's a very cool little town. I know, Todd, you're probably tongue in cheek, like, wow.
No, 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 I knew that. When you said that, I mean, I'm sitting on 10 acres out in kind of almost out in the middle of nowhere. So,
So you'll feel right at
so
home.
well, yeah, right. For me, it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. There's a couple silos that are within walking distance of the venue. And for
Yeah.
those of you that weren't a part of it, it used to be a go-kart facility. And so that's why it was originally called BMI Karts. And the
Okay.
inside was all dirt and had the thing in the middle so you can go around on carts and stuff like that. And they still have part of that facility, but the main venue is now beautiful, state of the art. They had a huge Christmas display this
Wow.
last year, and they kept all the laser lights.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
if you were part of Immortal last year, wait till you see the light show. It's going to be
That's very cool.
ridiculous. And there's not a bad seat in the house. So that's going to be great. And again, I'm wearing a lot of hats during that time with Sanctuary and working with the bands and working with marketing for BMI. And but such a great honor to serve in this community. And so
Yeah,
make sure
that's
that you
awesome.
look up Immortal Christian Rock Festival on Facebook. We've got marketing stuff there, even Pastor Bob's pictures on the promotional material. And it's going to be a great thing. But
Want to shout out to Ash. Hey, Ash from Albuquerque. Yeah. There you go.
Gotcha. Oh, so you're seeing that. I
Amazing.
don't even have to put that up. I can go ahead
Yeah,
and
I
do
can see
that.
it. Yeah.
And so, but anything else on your mind, Mr. Todd, Pastor
No,
Todd?
I think that's it for right now. We're gonna work it more often. And again, as soon as Pastor Bob's internet is up and running, he'll be coming live, and we'll look to get some of the podcasters live as well. So, and bringing in guest speakers, that kind of thing. We've got things planned out. It's just we had to make sure that we've got our StreamYards up and running and working, and John is doing a fantastic job at that. So, and you guys have all participated in this, so thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. It takes a family to make it work. And so, Todd,
It does.
make sure you bring the coffee next time, will you?
I will. Yep, I
And
will. I'll
so,
bring it.
give me a cacao.
I can't even, dude. You
Come
did
on,
not
do
want
it,
me to
do
do
it.
that.
It's
Not a chance.
impromptu.
Okay, so
From
been,
your belly, from your belly.
been with Sanctuary since it started. Since the, even before that, I was actually teaching the material that went into Sanctuary. But Um, so Sanctuary is made up of artists who can sing and who can play music. Me, I can't do either one. And you do not want me to ever sing or put out a squelch. I can clear a room just like that, man. No problem.
Cacao.
I love great music, and I love, and I can appreciate great vocals, but I am not that guy, man. I can't do it. I've, I've not been blessed with good vocals, or art, being able to play music or anything like that. But I can certainly appreciate it, and I can hear when something is really good. So anyway,
Hey, Todd,
yeah,
faith is the substance of things hoped for,
for
the evidence of things not seen. So, as
right.
Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber would say, so you're telling me there's a chance.
1%. That's hilarious. That's
Well,
funny.
again, guys, I'm extremely honored to be a part of the Sanctuary family. And Todd, you've blessed me beyond all measure, and it's exciting to see onward and upward. We are metal, we are
Yeah,
family, and
yeah.
looking forward to see 2023 is going to be an exciting year. So, again, sanctuaryinternational.com. Make sure you go to the shop. There's posters on there. There's coffee mugs on there. You can get Pastor Bob's books on there. And a lot of those purchases go to support the homeless ministry of Sanctuary. So know that you could go anywhere and get coffee. You could go anywhere and get shirts. But
Mhm.
know that when you make a purchase to support Sanctuary and the homeless ministry, it carries value and worth. And so
Absolutely.
and it's
Yeah.
an honor to be a part of it. But with that being said,
We're good.
Hakuna Matata, yeah. But so
Blessings to you guys. Hey, there's a couple more, Chris, and I'm not sure how to say Resdalian.
Restalion, what
Resdalian
good?
Bloodgood. Yep, from Canada. That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
And
That
then
is awesome. And
Chris
Chris.
giving us a shout out on our YouTube channel. Big
Yeah,
Dave. Hey, Big
yeah.
Dave.
Big Dave.
Dave's not here. Dave's not here. So
That's all right.
unless you have an alias of some sort, Todd, that I don't know about, we might as well have full disclosure now.
Not that I'm aware of, but that's okay. I go by Dave, Rod, Todd, Bob, John, whatever.
There you
That's
go.
okay.
Austin, thank you for the comments. Sounded good, guys. Very smooth live stream.
Yeah.
That's encouraging.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Austin. Man, I appreciate you chiming in on that. That's very
So
cool. Say hello to your wife for me.
there you go. Guys, make
Yeah.
sure you subscribe on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe on the Facebook channel for any updates, any live streams. Do we have a schedule to lay out as far as maybe live streams or recordings that come up? I know Pastor Bob's on Wednesdays, correct?
Yes, he's going to be Wednesday and possibly Saturdays, but not yet. Again, once his internet's up and running, he'll be back on here. I'm still working with the other podcasters and some folks to see when they want to go live. So I'm looking at okay, just a quick little thing for mine. So I do one called Good God, and what I want to do is I want to go live with folks who have a good God story. So something that's challenged them that they've gone through and that God has brought them through. I want to bring them online. I want to go live with them. I want to hear their story. I want to hear the challenges that have gone on with them. I want to hear, the hardcore stuff that they went through and that God brought them through, and you can see the fingerprints of God in those stories. I've got them. I know you guys have got them. So if you want to send your story in to me, you can email it to me, Todd Bowe, Boe, Toddboe at sanctuaryinternational.com. You can ping me on Facebook. Either way, whatever's good for you, let me know. But I would love to bring some folks on to a good God story and go live and just hear and encourage each other with amazing stories that God has done in your life. I know, I've got stories, but I really want to hear from the family of God your stories. I'd love to bring you guys on live. I think it'd be awesome. In fact, John, I know you've probably got a number of stories. So
Yeah, we had a
um,
little bit of a lengthy conversation this afternoon. Had a
earlier,
2 hour
yeah,
meeting with my
yeah,
pastor, and
yeah,
talk about Asbury and talk about
yeah,
revival, and
yeah,
God's transforming lives. God is changing lives. He's working in us even when
yeah,
we don't see that hand
mhm,
at work. Matter of fact, the message I've been sharing is transformation in the trenches. And even though we're in the thick of the battle, God is still working in us, and God's still working through us, even though we don't see it. We can always resort back to the footprints
yeah.
poem. When we see one set of footprints,
He's carrying
remember,
us. Yeah,
I heard a
yeah,
quote saying the teacher always stays silent during the test. And we wonder where God is, but just be encouraged today to know that God's at work even when you don't see him.
yeah.
And if we didn't have that resistance, there would be no need for a savior. And
Right.
so,
Yeah.
but yeah, share your stories again. Todd Bowe, Toddboe at sanctuaryinternational.com. Make sure you're watching Facebook, and we'll have that announcement when that comes up. And exciting stuff, mister.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good, man.
So
Thank you guys for being with us and hanging out with us. Man, I appreciate it very much. Again, we really just needed to test this out and see how things were going. I think that it looks good from my end. How's it look on yours, John?
looks fantastic. That we're
Good.
getting, we're
Good.
getting confirmations from everybody.
Okay.
That's
Good.
again, Austin, thank you for that. And
Good. Okay.
Rodney in Australia, he says working fine. So we're steps in the right direction.
Okay. Great. Great.
So
Well, we'll do it. We'll
absolutely.
get it together.
And guys, hope you enjoy your Saturday afternoon. Again, make sure you share to your socials, sanctuaryinternational.com. Make sure you stay in tune with all of the podcast and live feeds coming up. And we hope you guys enjoy your Saturday afternoon. We are
Yes.
metal. We are family. You,
Amen.
you. God bless you guys.
God bless you guys.